Hello, YouTube. All right. I have a little bit of time here and thought I would take a moment to show you what's going on with Faith, my new minivan camper. It's obviously not new. It's a used 2002 Toyota Sienna that I am in process of converting for part-time traveling. You can see here the van is actually pretty intact. All the seats are actually still there. So it's got like a bench seat in the back and two up front. They're all just folded over, and then I built the sleeping platform on top of it. And the reason for doing that is so that the system can be disassembled in a few minutes and the van becomes a regular passenger van. It can also be folded up, like this portion, see how it's split there? Can be folded back over, and then the two front seats can actually come up, so then it becomes a van that can carry 4 passengers, including the driver. I wanted to give it versatility. I'm not living in it full time, so I don't need as much space underneath for storage and everything else. Right now, I'm just using it to travel, to stay at the casino, because I'm getting all these comps. You can see I just have a bag here with some stuff, my things, and just picked up the urinal, the bathroom for Faith. But the van is fairly well equipped. It's got storage up here for clothing and other stuff. It's got my old clock and calendar and thermometer. Has a carbon monoxide detector, and we've got shades for windows everywhere. Right now it has 2 mounted fans that are 12-volt fans that are designed to run off the 12-volt system, which the van is equipped with a 12-volt house battery system. See, the back here has been configured with lots of storage. Right now I still have tools in it because it's still kind of in process of being built. But actually gonna have a little kitchenette here. I don't want to take it all apart right now, but there's a little shelf or table that comes out, and that's what these little things are. I'll show it off another time when I'm maybe doing cooking with the van. But it comes out and makes a little cooking area, so you can actually cook back here under the, under the rooftop of the where the hatch door, the back hatch door. But anyhow, it's designed to sleep 2 people and meant for traveling, so we can just camp, stealth camp, urban stealth camp, or even kind of camp in the wilds. It's not meant for extended, stay somewhere. So as far as food supplies and stuff, you can probably carry a couple days or a week's worth of food at the most, unless you end up taking all this stuff out. But it's got a hammock here. I will take apart the whole thing later to show you what I ended up doing with this this little kitchenette area back here, to make it light and accessible for there's like underneath the vehicle. I don't know if it's picking it up or not, but there is a spare tire, and I had a blowout and realized, I need to make that spare tire really accessible. So all you have to do is just take this unit out, and then you have access to the whole thing, or you can lift that up. And if I can get the right ratchet and stuff, I don't know if you can see it. I'll have to show it another time when I feel like taking all this stuff out, just to show you the construction part of it. But you could get it like a ratchet and just kind of do this and drop the tire down. But yeah, it's got another fan here, which is a 12-volt fan for blowing cold air when you're sleeping. And on top of that, I do have this big, huge one, this Endless Breeze. It's also a 12-volt fan, runs off a cigarette lighter, that I'm trying to figure out how to put it in, and what would be the best use for it, how to do it. I'm thinking of putting it in the window, the front window, and having it pull air. I might even try it out here at the park while I'm here. But got a little bit of storage here for, it's got this is a little seat, backpack seat. So it's got water and some other stuff here that you may need. There's not too much storage because the seats, you know, are taking up all the space. But there's some gaps here that could be used for storage. So you could pack extra clothes or food or whatever there if you wanted to. What else? Let's look at the power system. Well, before we do that, you see the windows can open up like that, kind of like they did in Little Blue, my Grand Caravan. But I haven't put in mosquito netting yet. I'm trying to figure out how to do it nicely so it's not as messy looking as it was in the Grand Caravan. I don't even know if it's critical, but I think if you're in Florida, it might be important to have mosquito net, you know, up. This is supposed to be up here. There's actually a little ledge here underneath here that goes all the way back, and that's meant for storing long things like fishing poles, walking sticks, anything else like that. Oh man, I just found the urinal. So this vehicle now has 2 urinals. I had been looking for the urinal and ended up buying that Sunny D. So I did pack the urinal. Now I know I'm gonna put it where it's gonna be accessible. Yeah, so we'll put that up, kind of hide it, but it did have the bathroom with it. Second bathroom for number 2 hasn't been assembled yet, but see that little bucket there? I'm actually thinking of building a toilet seat that can go into the front seat here. Trying to figure out a way to do it so it's not too clumsy and usable and not like really bad looking. There is some more storage here with cabinets and all sorts of stuff here. I gotta finish painting it. I did paint it, but you know, the paint comes off and things whack and stuff, so it's never gonna look like nice. But at least the color kind of makes everything kind of blend in and look nicer. For the cooler, I just have basically a regular Igloo cooler. You can use any cooler here, but you know, you can put like ice, frozen water in here, and you can carry food. I basically only brought enough food here for like 2 days and a bunch of water. You know, the ice becomes water, so that's pretty much it. Power system. If you watched my hurricane video where I built the emergency power pack, this is that same emergency power pack. So if you want to know more about it, watch my video where I built an emergency power pack during Hurricane Helene. But basically it's that same unit, but it's hooked up to the vehicle right now. And how it's hooked up is, pop the hood here. Basically, the system is the same as what you saw in the Hurricane Helene. It's got a 12-volt marine battery in here, to, you know, like an RV battery, and it's hooked up to the inverter here. So you can convert 12 volts to 120 volts. And it's also hooked up to a bunch of different 12-volt outlets. 2 here and 1 there with the charge ports. So it's got 3 12 volts and 2 USB and 2 120 volts. Plus there's more USB if you turn on the 120 volt system. But anyhow, how I charge it is, see this cable here that goes and just clips to the metal frame here of the seat. That is the negative, the ground, so it's the black, and I just bolt it on here. Then the red goes from there to the switch. Right here, the switch that goes up and down. And then from the switch, it goes to the engine compartment, where, if I can get in there, see the cable coming up here? I don't have a fuse installed yet. I may install a fuse just for extra safety, but basically it just comes here and connects to the battery here, the red. And the reason you do that, or I did that, was so that the house battery, that's the battery that's inside the van, can charge off the alternator, the car's alternator, while you're driving. And how it does that is this little switch here. So that cable comes here and goes to the switch. When I have it flipped up, which is on, the 2 batteries, this battery and the one under the hood, become connected, and they both charge off the car's alternator as you're driving. So that's how I charge the battery without solar or anything. You see, I don't need solar. I actually don't really like having solar unless, you know, you're planning on being off-grid a lot and you're going to be parking your vehicle like in the woods or whatever. without access to gasoline where you're going to drive your car around and stuff. This vehicle is meant for travel. We'll go to some parks and isolated areas, but not going to sit there and park there for like a couple weeks. And even if we're out there, we'll probably drive around and stuff. At the most I see us being somewhere for 1 or 2 days and then driving out. And when you're driving, you could recharge the system by flipping the switch, connecting the 2 batteries, and it charges off the alternator. So, and if I really needed to charge it in the remote location, I can just start the car up for about 10-15 minutes, connect the batteries, run the alternator. House battery charges in 10-15 minutes. Anyhow, once it's connected and stuff, the system charges up. But for those of you who don't know, that little red thing right here, that's power inverter, and it converts it converts 12 volts to 120. And when I have the way I have it hooked up, sorry for the mess here, you can see the inverter right there. It's hooked up, and I have a cable there, a wire, this one right here, that goes right there, that's plugged in. It comes to this, and to the rice cooker area here. So I have like ports here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ports for 120 volt access. And it's used to run like stuff like the rice cooker, which is 120 volts, not 12 volts. So when I turn on the inverter, that's this guy here, right here, I'm producing 120 volts, and it comes here, and then I can turn it on or off with this switch. When I turn it on, the rice cooker comes on automatically, and I can use it to cook. So if you watch my cooking videos, you'll see how the system works. Several other things worth pointing out that I think are significant about this build, so that anyone wanting to do it can have it in mind. Things that kind of worked out for me and why I did them the way I did. I have a little holder here that I ended up putting Velcro on. So I used my old phone as a GPS system for driving. You can put it here. You can even mount your regular phone there. So it allows it to easily be put on and put off, and it holds fairly well. I use little side pockets there for a kitchenette, mini kitchenette. And the reason I have the kitchenette up here is I do a lot of cooking while driving. So I can cook and eat from the front. I'm still debating if I want to build an actual table here, dining table for this front area, because it's just more stuff to carry, and I don't know how much we're actually going to use it. I might build it just for show, even though we may not use it that often. I haven't used it yet so far when I've cooked, but then I had my hamburger plate spilled, so maybe I do need a table. But anyhow, the van is pretty standard, and I built things the way I did on purpose. Like if you'll look here when you're driving, you'll be able to look out the side windows, but also the rear. So you have like, here, normally that window would be, that door over there would be shut, but you can see you have access to all the side windows. Okay, and then on this side, on the driver's side, when you're looking back, you can look back through this crack, and you can see through this window here, the side door. I don't have it shut right now, but it was built that way so the vehicle would have good visibility while you're driving. And that's why the shelves here are put on behind the driver, and that's why this curtain is pulled the way it is, so that you have that gap where when I look through here, I can see so I don't hit somebody. Trying to eliminate blind spots. And of course your mirrors should have the little round thingies on it, convex or concave mirrors, so that you have more visibility. And the back, the curtains pull open so you can see straight through the back. The cabinets here, the drawers, are directly behind the driver, so they're not blocking the other side. The original little blue had it on that side, then I realized, that's a design flaw, so we moved it to this side. It tends to make the driver's side a little bit heavy, but I think it's safer so that you can see out the back. Other than that, the design here is very, very similar to Little Blue, which was built on a Dodge Grand Caravan 2004, 2005, I think. No, 2003, I think. Other modifications that were done that I think are helpful to consider: drawers and cabinets like to kind of slide out while you're driving. So to help hold everything in place, what I did was Velcro. I just put a little bit of Velcro on that, and then underneath. Not a lot, just enough so that when you, and of course the thing was built, you know, it's screwed into the wood. But honestly, nothing, hardly anything. There's only a couple of spots that are actually mounted to the van. Most of it can be disassembled in a few minutes and taken apart. It was designed like that on purpose so that the van can easily convert to a regular van. So when I shut it, I just kind of, seeing it, you have to kind of force it out. The Velcro's holding it. So now when I drive, stuff doesn't fly everywhere. And that, my friend, is Faith, the camper van. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. If you have some ideas on things I can do to improve it, that'll be great. You know, it was designed with accessibility, like, you know, in mind, like so you could access the jack and lower the tires. I figure as I start to use it, I might see some more other issues, but you know, this is one of my best designs. You know, I really enjoyed Casper, the van before this, but decided to sell it because I didn't want to deal with the mechanical issue. Hopefully the girl who got it eventually got it running, you know, and is happy with it, because it was you know, that one was really nice. But this one was built a little bit cheaper, built really quick. Hopefully it will serve me and my wife well as we go into retirement and start doing our road trips. And you know, I guess as I start to actually use it, tonight will be my first real night sleeping in it. I will notice if I have any major issues that need to be dealt with. In the meantime, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel and you enjoy the content, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to help promote this channel, share this video. Until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Stay safe. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to, you know, click the comment button and post your comment. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.